We just got home and I thought I'd open up the tunnel house. It's really hot in here, but I have realised there's a whole lot of tomatoes ready to pick, so I thought I would make a quick harvest video. G'day there, I'm Dana from Piwakaka Valley. If you haven't met me before, check out my channel. I'm participating in the SHEDWARS21 challenge, growing as much food as we possibly can. I am going to harvest some tomatoes, some zucchinis and some carrots, and probably some celery I think as well. My tomato plants aren't doing as great as they usually do, to be quite honest. I've got lots of this tall spindly growth and I'm not sure why it's done that, but it has. But they are producing some tomatoes, just not quite as many as what I had hoped. This here is my new favourite tomato. It's called Artisan Blush, and it looks like this, and then eventually it gets like a little bit of a pink tinge to it. And they're really sweet and juicy, the flesh is, but then the seeds and the juice in the middle are really tomatoey and quite tart. I really enjoy them. And these ones here, I was told was a particular variety, which I can't remember what they are. But actually it turns out that particular variety is an F1, so these seem to have returned to sort of their wild type. So we're getting lots and lots of tiny little ones that are barely worth eating. They're quite tasty, but I certainly won't be keeping seeds from them. These ones along here I believe are probably moneymaker. I'm pretty sure, maybe mortgage lifter. I can't remember, I've mislabeled them. The label says Roma, but that's clearly not what they are. But I've grown them before, whichever one they are, and they're nice, really big beef steak tomato. This one here, I can't pull it off one-handed. This one here is probably more typical of the sort of size that they usually put out, but I seem to be getting quite a few of the smaller ones. And this plant in here is the same. And this one here is what they call a cat-face tomato. And here's my SHEDWARS tip for the day. If you find the tomato flowers that look like they're fused together, it's a really good idea if you can to pick them off, because that's what causes these funny looking tomatoes, because they are literally flowers fused together, and so these become tomatoes that are fused together. And they're really hard to slice. I mean, they still taste fine, but like this one, they often ripen unevenly, and they do harbour mould and that sort of thing quite often in the wee gaps. So if you find a flower that looks like this one, don't know if you can see that, and it's quite clearly bigger than the normal sort of sized flowers, and they're all sort of fused together, they're the ones that the cat-face tomatoes come from, so they're the ones to pull off. And the same with that one there, that's what's happened with it as well. Now if you've seen some of my previous videos, you know that we're fighting whitefly and sooty mould in here, and I think I finally got on top of it. The whitefly that you can see on here, none of them seem to be moving. I think they're all pretty much dead, so I'm hoping the plant will continue to grow. Looks like it's struggling a little bit, but hopefully it'll come away. These ones here seem to be doing much better. They're sort of more an Asian style chili with the big long skinny chilies on them, and they seem to be a bit more resistant to the whitefly. Unfortunately my jalapenos, which are the 4 along here that I was really excited about, are the ones that all got hit really hard. In the tunnel house though, I have sown some seeds of some brassicas. These ones here are going to be cauliflowers, and they've come up, so they will be growing in the tunnel house in the winter, so they're doing alright getting started. Now these Roma tomatoes, I genuinely can't believe how heavy cropping they are, but also just how close to the ground these tomatoes are. They keep touching the ground. There's so many on those branches though. Not a bad little haul. This one here I think has been eaten by a mouse by the look of it. Alright, let's get out of this very hot house and see what else is outside waiting for us. I just had to pop inside and get another container to store stuff in. That bucket, the bowl is really full, and I've just discovered that the first lot of my green beans are ready to pick. There's not very much here, but these are our white runners. They're like a scarlet runner, but they're called white runners. And this one here is our blue lake runner. There's enough there for a couple meals for us. Then these are a couple of self-sown carrots that decided to help themselves. Look at the big bend in that one. And then we have got our zucchinis. Now I have deliberately grown a couple of them nice and massive so that we can have some stuffed zucchini for lunch tomorrow. But there's a few little ones as well that are ready to go. I think we'll pull out a few of these carrots. I've not really thinned them, but apparently they've grown quite happily not being thinned. And we've got some nice and decent sized carrots happening, which is very exciting. We eat so many carrots in our house. So it's one of those things that's really great to be able to grow our own. Well, for one, they taste so much better than store-bought ones, but also they save us a boatload of money because we're able to grow them. So that's probably it for the harvest today. I'll take it inside and let you know how much it weighs. And if you've liked this video, please hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.